already on. So welcome back to another episode of Building Business with Brindley. Got a super special guest with me here today. Entrepreneur, a lot like myself. He's got his hands in a few different industries, so we're gonna let him kind of address what he has going on, and kind of give you guys a few different tips on how to build out your business if you might be in a similar industry. So let's get into it. Perfect. All right, we back, episode 6. Got my boy here with me. Introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are. You know, the GOAT in himself. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not a GOAT yet. It's coming soon. So my name is Edward Torres. I own To The Max. I got a couple different companies that I'm running and operate. Mm-hmm. I do taxes just like you over here. You know?
Yeah.
I'm in a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably, like I said, we were saying before off camera, that probably was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to sit down with you. Because like, not only, you know, on my platform, like I said, I want to shed light on other entrepreneurs who might have something going on, but you know, it can be promotion for you, to let people know what's going on, but also to the people who might be on the fence about starting something, you know what I mean? You can show them like, okay, yeah, this person did it, I can do it too, right? So with everything that you have going on, even before we get into that, how long have you been an entrepreneur, quote unquote?
An entrepreneur, I would say COVID, 2019.
Yeah, so COVID birthed it, you getting into what you're doing. COVID really pushed me to do it. Yeah.
I feel like I've always been an entrepreneur since a kid. Yeah. It don't matter what it was, I was trying to sell it. Yeah. It could be a bracelet, candy, chocolate, like.
Yeah. So sales is really where it's at though.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
And then I was just one day I just said, yo, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I started.
What were you doing before you started getting into, you know, self-employed work?
Oh, so currently I still work at a tax office. I work for a CPA, has a tax company.
Okay.
I've been there for about 5 years now.
Okay.
And then I just wanted to start something on the side, like a little side hustle.
Yeah.
And just keep growing.
Yeah. So you got like, so pretty much like day to day outside of the business stuff, you still got a job that not only, because a lot of times I tell people too, you know, don't quit your job until your side hustle.
Yeah, so I still got my 9 to 5, and then that's just paying off, like, just giving me money, and then my businesses are still paying for themselves.
Yeah. So the business is To The Max, right?
Yeah. So the big picture is To The Max.
To The Max is the big part of it.
Yeah.
And then we got the little branches from it too, right?
Yeah.
So as far as I know, and we've known each other. This is literally the first time we met each other. So it's crazy, but it's probably been at least since the pandemic, right? Like 2 years, a year.
Yeah. Like 2-3 years.
Probably like 2-3 years now. So we've been following each other, and it's like a lot of times you'll see. I feel like you'll have people that you know, like it's people that support you online, but you never really met them before. And it's almost like the way that we like and share each other's stuff, and it's like it goes back and forth. It's like you would think that we knew each other. And it's like I got homeboys and people I've known for years that they ain't like it, they ain't share, they ain't comment. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So it's like I really appreciate the genuine, you know what I mean, camaraderie that we're getting, you know, about both of us being in some of the similar industries. And it's not even like it's a competition or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because we literally do the same stuff in the same city. And it ain't if anything, we go into each other like, hey, you experiencing this good? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my stuff ain't really doing how, you know, so it's ups and downs with it. But as far as, okay, you got into it, you know, the pandemic started. I have seen from what you post, it seems like do you work with some of your friends, or is it kind of like you just do it and they kind of help support you?
Okay, so the way it started was I kind of made the first jump, and then once I started doing it, I'm like, everybody's like, yo, is it like, this route good?
Yeah,
you know?
it's working?
So I'm like, yeah, it's good, you know, come on.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how it worked, you know. So I started off with my first real business was Turo.
Okay.
From there, got a couple cars, and
wait. So you started off less than 2 years ago. So you started off with Turo, so you got a couple cars.
Yeah, so it started off, boom, first month, I got so first month, I'm like, you know what? Oh, let me actually start from the beginning.
Yeah. Let us know. Let's get into it.
So really, I wanted to buy a house, you know, COVID, pandemic, boom, everybody buying houses, the market was shooting up, and they told me I didn't make enough. So I'm like, I don't make enough, but I can go to the dealership and go buy a brand new car.
For sure.
So I'm like, you know what? maybe it's a sign to
Yeah.
start a business.
Yeah.
So I went out there, went to the dealership. They're like, "Oh, okay, you're approved. I'll get you a brand new Mustang."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like,
I take it.
I got a
It ain't the house, but I take it very much.
So I'm like, I got my daily, my Mazda 6. It was paid off, and then I got a brand new car and making payments.
Yeah.
And realistically, I didn't know how much I was gonna make. In my head, I'm like, yo, if I make $300,
Yeah.
my payments and insurance about $600. I could pay out of pocket.
Yeah, like I can front the other half if I can get the other half.
Yeah, you know, I'll be driving a nice car.
Yeah,
if I
it's
want.
cool. I get half off. You know, so.
And then the first month was $1,500.
Oh, wow.
Like,
That's
damn.
that's big, especially when you're coming in. You wanted a quarter of that. So it's
Yeah.
like for you to just come in and blow it out the
so
water.
Once I got that $1,500, I'm like, yo, next month I need to get something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got something nice and sporty. I need something like economical,
Yeah.
you know. So I gotta.
So you already thinking scale the business. Let me make
Yeah.
sure I got something for everybody and
Yeah.
everything like that.
So then I went with a Elantra.
Okay.
I'm driving the Elantra right now. Got that, and it's like a nice Elantra 2019.
Okay.
Got Apple CarPlay, you know,
Yeah.
but it's a nice little day.
Boy, selling it. He said, "Hey, listen, if you need something to ride around in the city, we gonna put the link below so you make sure you can get it to the max for sure."
So then I got that. That was like a month after I got the Mustang. And then, so I'm like, okay, you know, at this point, I didn't really start the LLC.
Yeah.
I kind of just jumped into the car. I'm like, man, I gotta create the LLC.
For sure.
You know, gotta get my paperwork in order. And then just talking to my boss. And then he's like, man, like, he's looking at my numbers. He's like, yo, you could make this pretty big.
Yeah.
So third month came, I'm like, all right, I'm back at the dealership.
Yeah.
3 months in a row. What am I gonna get next? And then they're like, okay, we just got this Porsche that just came in, Porsche Macan.
I remember when you got that.
Yeah.
I remember you got that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that when I
so-
seen it because I'm like, because it's crazy because you said you had the Mustang. I didn't get a new one, but when I was doing it down in Fort Lauderdale, I had a 2016 Mustang. I did an EcoBoost,
Yeah.
but I changed the interior. I put like some 20s on it, so it looked like it was, you know what I'm saying, the GT,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it wasn't. It wasn't, but it was. So I did the Mustang, and then I had the Porsche Cayenne too. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. But this dude think just like me, you know, the same stuff. So it's crazy.
And then we spoke about it too.
Yeah.
You sent me the picture of the Mustang you had,
Mhm.
and you were driving a Porsche too.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like, we kind of alike.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, great minds think alike, you know what I mean? So that's perfect.
So I got the Porsche, and then from there, I'm like, I gotta take a break.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure more money coming in.
Yeah, I
Then-
bought 3 cars in 3
Yeah.
months. Let me slow down a little.
I was like, let me slow down a little bit. You know, friends were asking me, and then I got a friend. He's like, yo, is it good? I'm like, yeah, it's good,
Mhm.
but it's starting to slow down.
Yeah.
I was already leaving the hot summer season.
For sure.
Back to school, you know, August, September, it would slow down.
Mhm.
So then I got my boy, he got a Corvette,
Okay.
the Corvette Slingshot, and
Oh.
a Jeep Wrangler.
Wow.
He got all three.
Yeah.
Boom,
He
just
got
like-
all the fun cars.
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
like me. And then we're like, okay, you know, we got all these cars. At that point, you know, we're just promoting it, posting it everywhere.
Yeah.
Turo's, you know, doing his thing on Turo.
Mhm.
And then we're just killing it.
Yeah.
And then more and more cars started coming. More people started asking me about it. That's
Yeah.
kind of how it went.
Yeah, so it's definitely going good from what I'm hearing. And I know me personally, I can say, because my bread and butter is the tax industry, right? Kind of how, you know, that's your core, and then you branch out into doing different things. Would you say that you had any type of like mentor or somebody that kind of gave you guidance throughout your process? I know you mentioned that, you know, the boss, you kind of showed him the numbers, but was he kind of the only person that kind of helped you throughout your process, or how did that look?
Oh, so pretty much with Turo, you know, Moneyman Mitch,
Yeah.
I looked up to him a lot. I didn't get his course,
Mhm.
but you know,
I didn't buy the course, but the free information is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So I just looked up to like his videos. You know,
Yeah.
he gives out a lot of free game.
Mhm.
There's another guy out there, Matty CEO, I believe he goes by.
Yeah, with the circle of CEOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I just like picked up information from everybody,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I just took the jump. I did it.
Yeah.
And just like over time, you know, you start to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And it just got better and better. Started cleaning up my errors.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
For sure. So now in the position that you in, we probably been going for like 2 years strong now.
Right.
So with everything that you went through, you know, leading up the ups and downs, the people canceling. I don't know if you ever experienced have any of your cars ever had accidents?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how that works too. So with all of that you've experienced so far, what piece of advice would you give yourself 2 years ago? Like, if you could just leave a note in the office and say, look out for this. Like, what would that piece of advice be?
Okay, so a piece of advice I'll give myself is sometimes it's always not like the flashy cars. Like, get something realistic. Always do research. See what's the top seller. I know people, they don't, like, realistically, like, if you get a car like a Toyota Corolla, that car is always going to be moving.
It's an everyday car.
Yeah.
It's an everyday car.
But sometimes you start to think about yourself, like, oh, what do I see myself driving?
Yeah.
Like,
what do I want to drive on vacation?
Yeah, you want to see the nice, like, you want to drive something nice, but sometimes it's like these cheaper cars are, constantly bringing you money, like a Prius, stuff like that.
So I recently, most recently, and I don't know, because I know you said you went to the dealership to get yours, and I went to the dealership to get mine too. I'm working on a guy that has an auctions license. That's a whole other thing. But the business credit side of it is a whole another lane where you can kind of get into it, and that's kind of what I did. The last 2 cars I bought, I got a 2022 Expedition, and I got a 2017 Escape. Right, and so I was like, okay, the Expedition I got for myself,
Right.
But because the Porsche I had, the mileage was getting too high. I got 2 kids now, so I was like, okay, I need to get something else. But I did both on business credit, and essentially, same process as going to get the car under your personal name, but it's solely based off of the business. The only thing you do is personal guarantee and things like that. So, have you tapped into the whole business credit space, or where would you say you are?
I tapped into the business credit space. So, all right, let me explain the next business.
Okay.
So from doing the cars, I built up some credit, some business credit especially, because when I started off, I didn't know nothing. I started putting it under my name.
Yeah.
So
I learned that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of debt fast.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I'm definitely not getting a house.
Oh yeah, the house is out the window now. Like, I got 100,000 cars.
So I learned my lesson. I'm like, all right, started building some business credit, started switching stuff over.
Yeah.
And then boom, that's when the next business started. I got into the Max Water Sports.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. I would say that I know one other guy who got into the water sports space, but I don't see him promoting a lot. And we know as entrepreneurs, usually when people start posting it, it's probably not working no more.
Yeah.
So would you say, okay, so what sparked you getting into that lane?
Okay, so pretty much, so the big thing about To The Max is selling you an experience.
Okay.
So I want to provide you, if you're on vacation, with the experience of having a good time on the water. You come into Florida.
Yeah.
I'm providing you a vehicle. I'm also working on an Airbnb.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get the whole package.
Bro, this is crazy. I kid you not. When I was doing Airbnb, now this was probably started Airbnb like 2019, 2020. It was before COVID for sure. But the reason I got out of it was because the Airbnb platform switched. When COVID happened, it started a lot of things different. But my idea, and you probably are already thinking this, my idea was, what if I can rent out a house and I can rent them a car and I can also sell them on another experience. You know what I mean? So now it's like you say, to the max. Like, I'm really helping you take your vacation experience to the max. Everything you need, you come to me with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's perfect. It's crazy because I had the idea, but I didn't execute on it. But now I feel like you are more so in a position where you're gonna be able to execute that.
And then I tell everybody, take your time. Don't rush into multiple businesses.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool being an entrepreneur, but it's like
it's hard.
It's tough. Like, you gotta pay off these credit cards.
You got to, man.
Like, you see the money coming in, but if you don't pay off this credit card, it's like you still got debt. But
so would you say that as far as so now business is rolling, things are doing good. You said you work for a CPA, right?
Right.
So with that, what is your role there? Like, what do you really do with that?
I'm just an accountant there.
Okay, so
that's my my bread and butter, my 9 to 5.
Yeah. So do you do more like checks and balances, bookkeeping, or you kind of just do what comes in?
Taxes, accounting,
whatever comes in, you kind of you take it.
Everything.
Okay,
so a lot with the IRS.
Yeah. Okay, so it's audit season.
Yeah,
They coming. It's audit season. Shout out to Joe Biden and his people, but it's definitely audit season. So if you get audited, either myself or my guy, reach out to us. I'll put our IGs down below so that way you get connected with us. But would you say that, okay, I pretty much, I think I know the answer to the question, but just for people that's looking or watching, how important is understanding the tax code when you're an entrepreneur?
Oh man, it's so important. I tell people, like, you gotta learn the type of different corporations you're getting into, just like learn about the incentives, buying
Electronic vehicles.
electronic
Yeah,
vehicles.
$7,500 credit. And I think they actually did, don't quote me on it, but I think it's like $4,000 for used vehicles.
Yeah,
I think 7,500 for new ones, but like 4,000 for used. So if you think about getting another car, electric vehicle might be a good bet for you, because that's like 7,500 on top of a refund or a credit applied to a balance.
I try to educate people about depreciation, stuff like that.
Depreciation is a game changer. So
it is.
I recently got into my first rental. I bought a house up in Detroit, and I knew about depreciation, but my ideal client base doesn't really deal with that. So it's like that wasn't my everyday type of thing. We more so schedule C's, write-offs, things like that. So learning about the depreciation, I was able to kind of figure out how I could leverage the entire purchase price of what I bought with the business and write that completely off. So it's like I'm kind of gearing up to not pay any income taxes. You know what I mean? When I file my 2022, so that's huge. So with that being said, you have two max rentals, you got the water sports going, you still continue to work, your 9 to 5. Do you think, or do you foresee yourself getting out of that 9 to 5 lane, or do you think you can kind of still balance both?
Yeah, so later on in life, I do want to have my own tax office.
Okay.
So that's another lane I'm trying to get into, to the max tax.
Yeah, to the max tax too.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like a corporation and then you can put LLCs under it, or how do you structure that?
Yeah,
or is it all different?
So I have different LLCs for each one.
Okay.
So I've had 2 million max tax going on like way before COVID, probably since like 2018.
Okay, so you've been doing this.
I just never did anything with it because I was working for a CPA.
Yeah. Yeah, you already?
Yeah, so I've always tapped into it.
Okay. My guy knows his stuff, man. He knows his stuff. But no, that's what's up. I feel like personally, once you find, and my brother, he said it like in a certain kind of way, but I'm trying to, reiterate what he says. But it's more so something along the lines is like, if you can create enough drips, they'll all flow into the same stream, and now you got an ocean. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like a lot of times I feel like people, they can get distracted with, okay, I want to do this. I want to do Turo. I want to do Airbnb. I want to, get into the water sports space. I want to do all these different things, but people forget to really hone in on the core values of what it takes to, really build a business, right? So like, what would you say are probably like 3 things that every business owner should know how to do?
3 things every business owner should know how to do.
No matter what level you on, like if you 300,000 plus a year, or if you doing $50 a week.
How to manage working with other people.
Okay.
Manage your expenses. Because that could go.
Yeah.
That could go.
If you don't watch that could go.
And marketing, that's a big one. Is marketing, because a lot of these stuff, for example, to the max water sports. There's platforms like GetMyBoat.com and BoatSetter.com, which is similar to Turo and Airbnb.
So that's how you get your bookings.
I've done a few, but a lot of it is word of mouth, passing out flyers, Instagram, getting ads. Yeah, it's a lot.
So you can't really just focus on one.
No, you can't just depend on these, especially when they're taking a cut out of you.
So you gotta do everything you can to kind of keep people coming, drive that traffic.
You gotta be everything. You're the boss, you're the employee, you're HR, you're everything.
It's crazy, and it's like, I know a lot of times people will say like, oh, I can't get started until I got a team, or I gotta have all of this in place. And it's like, when you think about it, the more people you need for your dream, your goal, or your business to be successful, the more likely it is to fail.
Exactly.
Right? So like starting off, like I like that you get on that saying that you gotta wear all those different hats. You know what I mean? Where would you say, or if you haven't already, have you started to delegate any of your tasks to anybody else, or are you still doing everything?
No, I'm doing everything right now. I do have friends that are handling my cars for me when I'm at the beach or doing deliveries of jet skis.
Yeah.
But really, I try to do everything on my own.
Yeah. You pay them?
Yeah, it's my boys. I gotta take care of.
Yeah, for sure. I've been there before. It's like, okay, then sometimes they do it, and then it's like you get a little drawback. It's like, I gotta pay.
But we especially with my boys, we help each other out. They got a rental at the airport.
Yeah,
I'll do it, no problem to ask, and they'll do the same thing for me.
yeah. Okay, that's good. So, I feel like, okay, me in the space that I'm in, and I'll be honest with you, I feel like a lot of people see me on a higher level than I'm at. Now, I'm not saying that I'm doing well for myself. I've had some success in the just going into my 6th year in the tax industry. But I feel like a lot of times being self-employed, especially with how social media is, we can, I don't want to say it's like lifestyle that we're promoting, but it's like we get wins. We want to share our wins. But
I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah. So it's like you want to share your wins, you want to share your successes, but it's like a lot of people don't know, bro, this is hard.
It's hard.
I take some L's. You know what I mean? I really take some L's. So it's like, have you ever been in that position where you had to kind of really almost turn somebody away because you felt like, okay, yeah, they might want to get into this, but I know that you're not going to be invested into this like I am. So
yeah, I do. Unfortunately, but I let people know, it's not easy. Yeah, when I said that my first month I made $1,500, but you gotta remember the car's depreciating, there's miles adding up, oil changes, tires, any headache could happen, And then you just have to set that money aside. Yeah, it's cool. $1,500 just came in. Your car came in. Insurance only $600. You're thinking you profit $700. That's not the case.
No.
You realistically profit $100.
Yeah. After you're gonna have people who don't the gas back in the car. You got to pay for oil changes.
Oh, man,
tires go out. There's a slew of different things. So I always tell people, especially no matter what industry you're in, you want to have that nest egg, that emergency fund, put to the side. And with your experience, what would you say somebody that's an entrepreneur, what would you tell somebody starting off how much they should pay themselves? Because I know I get that question a lot. They're like, hey, I'm making money, something's coming in, but I don't really know how much to pay myself. Do I keep it all? Do I put it to the side?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So let me explain to you how I did myself. Like we were saying, keep your bread and butter.
Keep your bread with your brother, for sure.
keep your bread and butter. I still got my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's paying for my bills. I'm able to do what I need to do, and then my cars and my jet skis, they're just paying for themselves. I haven't profited any money from that.
Okay, so I would say, well, what you say 9 to 5. So working in an accountant's office, that's probably really 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So, do you find it difficult to manage the people, the check-in, check-out process?
No.
Has that really messed up anything with your today?
No, I haven't messed up anything yet. This has been everything been pretty fluid.
Yeah. You do virtual check-ins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure they send me a picture of their ID beforehand, and usually good to go.
Yeah. So with you, and this is something that kind of it entices me. And we talked about it. I asked you about it. And it kept me from doing it just because I had some bad experiences, man. Trying to trust people. People don't always do what they're supposed to do. But as far as with you having your own business that you rent out vehicles and jet skis and things of that sort to people, with that comes a lot of liability. Right. So how do you protect yourself as far as on the insurance side of things?
Man, insurance is important, man. Don't forget about insurance.
Yeah.
Even if you gotta get commercial insurance, it's worth it. Sometimes it's double, even triple what personal insurance
would be.
But you need it.
Yeah.
Don't go without it.
That's one of them things where it's like when you're paying for it, you're like, why am I paying for this? But that one time that you need it.
Yeah, all it takes is one time.
Yeah. And that's it. They make or break you. Yeah. And I was looking into it, and I don't know if you figured something out here in Florida, but I went to a conference and I spoke with a guy when he started in Miami. He told me he spoke at the conference. I think he said he had 100+ slingshots, crazy number of slingshots, and he rents them out, all over the state of Florida. And he does some Vegas, California stuff. Of course, it's joint ventures and stuff, but it's 100+ slingshots. It's a lot, right? So thinking, first of all, I'm like, okay, who's managing all of these vehicles? You know what I'm saying? But then on top of that, how do you have insurance for this? You know what I'm saying? That's the craziest life. It's you damn near hurts an enterprise. You got that many in your fleet. And what he was telling me more so was like, because he was from Florida, and I'm like, okay, I live in Florida. He was like, okay, getting commercial insurance in Florida is not like the easiest thing to do, but what you can do is like register your business or do like a virtual address in another state, get your policy, and then you can still run it out here. Did you have to do anything like that, or?
No, I never.
No?
I never got that deep into
Yeah, it was just commercial policy.
Yeah,
here.
commercial policy. I just bite the bullet.
Okay.
Or bite
Okay.
the. How the saying go?
I think it's bite the bullet. Yeah,
something like
you
that.
bite the bullet, grab the bull by the horns, or
Yeah.
however you want to turn it. You gotta spend that money. It's basically what we
Yeah,
saying. It's
pretty
gonna
much.
cost, but you know you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, right? So, do you see yourself like how big do you see yourself growing this? Like really, like let's say like realistically, like how big could this be? Like you think like Fortune 500, or you think like I get 10 grand a month, I'm cool.
I mean, I'm trying to be the biggest boss out there.
Okay,
I'm trying to be the big dog.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna limit myself, cut myself short.
Yeah.
I'm pushing everything as far as it can, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it could be a Fortune 500 company, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'll be grateful for that. But
I definitely, and you know, me too, with everything that I have going on, you know, like I say, bread and butter is the tax business, but you know, I'm in the tourism space. I did Airbnb, ended up getting out of it, mainly because I was doing it the wrong way.
right.
The way that Airbnb was built was for people who own their homes and they had extra space to rent out and stuff like that, where I was doing more so what they call rental arbitrage. I was getting different places under my personal name. I had 6 of them at one time. And, I mean, it was doing good. Our first month, we did like 7 grand profit. So I'm like, oh man, this is a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Got another one. And slowly but surely, oh, you can't do it here. You can't do so. I'm shut the place down, get a new place, so things like that. But I know you spoke on, you know, how important marketing is. Do you pay for ads? Do you run ads?
Yeah, I do a little bit on Instagram.
Yeah.
I need to push it more.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm changing my whole ball game with the ads. You know, maybe I might have to hire somebody.
Yeah, to kind of run that for you.
Yeah, to run it for me.
Yeah.
Do my promotion and stuff like that.
That's kind of where I've done it. Like you said, I've played around with it a little bit. I saw a little bit of success, but I'm seeing more so what I'm trying to get towards is like scaling the business, right? And I know where I'm at. I've done pretty good, and I'm sure you can test it. Okay, I'm having some good traction, but especially in these type of industries where we're based on, you know, not necessarily selling a dream, but we're providing, you know, a luxury to people who are on vacation. We have to do the best we can do to get in front of as many people as we can. And the way we do that is, like you say, marketing and advertising and things like that. When you do get more into that space, have you thought about like how much money you want to spend on marketing and advertising?
Not yet.
No.
No.
Because I think the most.
I've been scared to think about it.
Yeah. Because it's like we know you got to spend that money to get there.
I hate spending money.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like I'm coining like a new term. I've talked to like some different business clients recently and like newer people, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to kind of just, you know, change things up a little bit. So like the last thing that I usually say on the phone call is like, whenever I'm doing consultations, if you guys need a consultation, free 30-minute consultations, click the link down below, picktime.com/Brentley. You'll book a free 30-minute consultation with me. But whenever I'm, you know, doing consultations, last thing I would say to any entrepreneur is you focus on making the money, I'm gonna focus on helping you keep it. You know what I mean? As far as on the tax side of things. So with that, we know that, okay, we make money, but we gotta put something to the side. With what you're doing right now, do you do tax planning strategies?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I have some set. So I also have, besides me doing this, I also have my aunt. She's really good with accounting.
Yeah.
So I let her handle.
Yeah, you just kind of like let her look at the books and, you know,
Yeah.
figure that part out.
You know, and she makes sure all my credit cards are paid.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's important though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the most important things. Making sure you pay the bills on time. It's
Yeah.
like you said, you can get, you know what I mean, these $10,000-$20,000 cars, but like having access to it and knowing how to manage it,
Right.
two totally different things. Have you ever had anybody? Are you from here? You from Orlando?
No, well, originally I'm from Broward. I'm from Fort
Oh, you from
Lauderdale.
Broward?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Bro. I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I used to live off Sunrise, like across from the vending dealer in an apartment complex over there. When I first started in Miami office, but that's crazy, bro. Like we got so much stuff that's like connected. Yeah, we gotta hang out, man. So, man. But so like when you, I forgot where I was going with it. I think I just lost it. But okay, so you say you're originally from Broward. You're not from here. So how long you been in Orlando?
I want to say since 2007. 2006, 2007.
Okay. So you went to high school here?
Yeah, I went to high school.
High school you go to?
Lyman High School.
Oh, you went to Lyman?
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't really Orlando. Not really. Where's that at?
That's right there in Longwood.
Longwood, okay. Because he's almost in the country.
I'm not Oviedo.
Yeah, okay, you're not Oviedo, but no, that's. I remember I had to go to Longwood to we had to do like our graduation pictures out there or something like that. But no, that's cool. I actually bought my box truck out there in Longwood.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've been to box truck. So I got a box truck as well, and that's been. I'm really trying to get into like anything that you can rent out. Like that's where I'm at.
Yo, it's my twin right here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you can rent it out, if people is paying for it, I'm trying to get my hands on it because you know that's where money is at. It's like if you can sell somebody an experience, you know you can profit from that. You know what I mean? So I'm all about that. So we talked about okay how you have the business going. You do your 9 to 5, and then you know you're expanding into the jet ski space. How long you been doing jet skis?
I want to say I started in March of 2022.
Okay, so
like 6 months ago.
have you seen a slow season yet?
I'm just now touching it right now.
You're slowing down?
Yeah, this month is starting to slow down.
Yeah.
But I'm pushing in more. I'm paying for Google Ads now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get more out there.
You're doing it in Orlando, or you say you're going over there?
Man, I'll go everywhere.
Yeah, you move around.
Yeah, I'll go from Daytona all the way to Sarasota.
So how does that work as far as with you, like getting, you just like park up and like you got a sign? Or
No,
like, how does that work?
I don't just go to the beach. No.
Okay, that's what I'm like. Niggas, you just you park up at the beach and.
No. So the way it works for me is if somebody hits me up, we'll schedule a date that they want to go with their families to the beach.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take a deposit. Sometimes they're paying full.
Mm-hmm.
They can go on my website, select how many jet skis they need, and then from there,
How many you got?
I got 2.
Okay.
2 right now, but I work with.
You got like nice ones though, right?
Yeah, I got 2 2022s.
2020. My boy don't do nothing old now.
No.
Okay. If we gonna do it, we're gonna do it right.
Yeah, and they got Bluetooth speakers.
I seen that.
You know, I don't go, you know, cheap.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's like the more you spend on the front end, like it's easier for you to get that money back.
Exactly.
It's nicer and quicker.
Because the product sells itself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you could go with somebody else. I'll give you an old jet ski, or you can come ride with mine that won't break down.
Yeah.
And you have Bluetooth speaker while you're in the water.
Man, you're enjoying yourself. It's a party out there.
Yeah, you have a good time with your family. You know?
So with that, do you because I know I've ridden jet skis before, and it was required for us to do like the boating license.
Yeah, the boat course. I make sure everybody.
So you still have to do that. But that's like what, like 15, 20 minutes. Something
Yeah,
like that.
15, 20 minutes. If you go to the link on my website, it's like $9.
Oh, that's easy money. Yeah, easy money. So, okay. So with that, do you see yourself? I mean, I know it's only been like 6 months. Do you see yourself getting more, or you kind of just you want to ride this slow season first and see how that works?
Yeah, so with the jet skis, I haven't really been making money because I just went to the dealership, put it on the credit card.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pay off that debt.
Okay, so you bought them, but you put it on the credit card.
Yeah.
How much it cost? If you want?
About 40 grand.
40 grand?
Yeah. About 40 grand with the trailer included and everything.
You're jet skis?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
They're not cheap. They're
Ooh.
just practically cars.
Yeah, I mean you got the gas and they got like oil changes and stuff too?
Yeah, they got oil changes.
Dang.
Oil changes ain't cheap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
So how much does something like that rent out for? You rent by the hour, 2 hours?
So I rent by hour and I rent by full day, half day.
Okay.
So my hourly rate is $100 an hour.
Okay.
If you want to do a half day, which is 4 hours, it's $300. Full day is $450, which is 8 hours.
So do you get more? What sells more?
It's the half days and full days.
How days full days? They like I'm paying $100 an hour, I might as well.
Yeah, because usually it's a family going to the beach.
Yeah.
They got a big group. You split it.
Oh, you don't want to have to get off at a certain time too.
No, because the hourly is more people on vacation.
Mhm.
They're in town. You know,
Yeah.
you could take them to the lake real quick.
Yeah.
You just knock out that 100, or you just knock out an hour.
Yeah, real quick, and
2
then
hours.
on to the next thing. Have you been able to do any like bundles with the car and the jet skis yet?
Not yet. So what I do have a bundle right now because a buddy of mine who has a jet ski rental business, Lux Rentals. If you're looking out for them.
I've seen Lux Rentals before. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my buddy Hector. He has 4 skis, the same
Okay.
exact one as mine, and he has a pontoon boat. So we'll offer a package with the jet skis, however many jet skis you need.
Yeah.
So we'll provide you with like 10 jet skis, a pontoon boat. You know, we'll do corporate events,
Yeah.
whatever you need, a work outing.
That's perfect. So you said you had a website, right?
Yes.
Where people can find you at? What's the website?
At To The Max Watersports.
ToTheMaxWatersports.com. That's fire, bro. Like, I knew you had something going on, but I didn't know it was like that's it right there.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that. So,
and I will say, I'm gonna add this. Always try to work with other people. Nobody's your competition.
yeah.
They might at first. Some people might not want to work with you, but there's so many people out there that there's always enough money to go around for everybody.
There's plenty of money out here for everybody to eat.
Like, somebody might not want to work with you, but hey, I'll refer you to one of my boys or a partner of mine that do the same exact thing. Maybe they can sell you on something I couldn't sell you.
It's crazy because we had like a little situation like that where somebody was asking me for something and I'm like, look, I ain't got no cars right now, but I know my guy, he got, you know what I'm saying, he got a little more going on than I do, so at least let me, see what I can do with that. And it's like you say, you can almost do more when you network with people. Like you said, your guy, he got, a couple other ones, he got a boat, so it's like, these people don't know us. We can put this together, we can make this look, you know what I'm saying? It's really, you can find 5 other people. All right, you buy one, now we look like we got 10 jet skis, and we the biggest in the city. So I definitely think that's big. Networking is huge. Would you say, how do you feel about investing with friends? Like in business?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Of course, you want to push your friends, you want to do business with your friends. But I always tell my friends, do your thing. I'm going to push you.
Yeah.
I'm going to push you.
You can't work with me though.
Nah. Sometimes it's best, because you don't want to lose a friendship over something so minor. Yeah.
It's business. No, I feel that. Have you had any like bad experiences, or you kind of just like rule of thumb with that?
I had a couple bad experiences, nothing big yet, but like
it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Because I've had people that say like, "Yo, let's go have fun in the car."
Yeah.
I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
That's. I like what we got, bro.
Yeah. It's good how it is. Like I don't really want to change that. No, I feel that for sure. Do you you got a significant other? Your relationship? No. Okay. And I ask that because I know a lot of times people will say like, if you have a spouse that's like-minded, it can help with your business. But like, my fiance is nothing like me when it comes to business. Like, she's a therapist. She loves school. She's a people person. She's all like, let me give you the hookup, all that type of stuff. And I'm more so like, hey, it's the price.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? So, as far as like, I know you said that earlier that, you've been, always kind of into the sales experience. Like, you ever have anybody that kind of like push that or like instill that into you, or was it kind of just like something that came natural to you?
I guess it came natural to me, Usually, pretty much since growing up, I've always had friends that like didn't really go through the college route.
Yeah.
Did
you go to college?
I did. I went to Valencia.
Okay.
I dropped out. I didn't finish. Yeah. So,
but it's crazy. It's like you dropped out, and now you probably on a path to, if not already, doing better than what you would have been doing. And it seems like you enjoy what you do.
Yeah, I enjoy what I do. So, let's talk about me personally.
Yeah.
So I did the whole college route. After high school. I went to Seminole State. It was right there. Boom. I just started failing right away. I was like, oh damn, like this is what it is. Like, this ain't making sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, let me just switch degrees.
So you before you finish, you was like, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna change my major.
Because I don't know why. I'm like, yo, let me go for whatever makes the most money.
Yeah.
So I picked dentist. I'm like, I don't even like medical. I don't like blood.
Yeah.
And then they put me in biology. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, this is my learning.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo, I gotta do 8 years of this? I'm like, nah. We good. So I went to Valencia. I tried to switch my major. I forgot what I switched it to. And it was like some crazy classes. I'm taking photography, like random classes at this point. I'm lying to my mom because I stopped going. I'm like, I started working I was working at a Cuban restaurant.
Okay.
I was doing like 50, 60 hours a week, What I thought was like real money.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's crazy how we can think like what you think real money is until you get exposed to some money. It's like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you think a couple $100 when you like 20 years old, it's like, oh shit.
But I guess it's perspective though. You know,
Yeah.
at that time, it's like, you know, I ain't really got no bills. Like,
Yeah.
I go to work, I make a couple $100 a day. Like, this is cool.
Yeah, I thought it was good. You know, I'm like, okay, I got money to go out. You
Yeah.
know, I could buy me a little bottle.
Yeah.
You know,
That's really what drives us at that age. It's like, okay, can I buy a bottle? Wait,
Yeah.
can I get the section? You know what I mean?
Now they done double it up and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. I ain't been out in a while, but when I used to go out, I was like, I would have a good time, you know, everything like that. But like, I got some friends who still go out, and they'll tell me like, you know, we spent this or we spent that, and I'm just like,
It's crazy.
I can't do it, bro.
It's crazy.
I can't do it. Do you invest?
Invest, yeah.
Yeah. I know you obviously invest into your business, but like
Yeah.
you invest in like stocks. or
In stocks, yeah. I'm just doing long term.
Yeah.
You know, my Facebook,
Mhm.
Amazon, Google.
So you got like your core and
Yeah,
everything
my
like that.
core. I did do a little bit of like small little companies,
Mhm.
and then but I try not to focus on them.
Yeah.
I put money in and I close it.
Yeah.
I try not to.
I'm like that too.
I know some people they try to look at it every single day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm up like $5. Oh,
Yeah.
I lost $10. You know.
And it's like it's a long term thing, and it's like you say, you know, that couple hundred that we were, you know, making when we were 20. How old are you now?
I'm 26.
It's crazy. I'm 27. But this is crazy. Like, it's right. Where you birthday?
December 10th.
Okay, no, I'm Cancer. I'm born in June. You was born 95?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, same year,
Yeah.
same year. So you about to be 27.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay, that's what's up. But I mean, yeah, that's crazy. So, all in all, let's say, what would be your ideal client? Because I know, and this could be in any industry that you're in. You know what I mean? Ideal client, because I know, and more so where I'm trying to get at is with paying the price. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because I know a lot of times people, and especially it's like my friends or people that know us, they always want the discount.
Yeah, they're like,
You know
can you
what I
work with me? Can you do this?
Yeah, and it's like,
Man.
you know that I'm self-employed. This is what I'm doing. So anything you would think that like, you might give me a little extra. You know, it might give me a tip, but it's like, we know that it don't. I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10. It's probably like 6 or 7 times out of 10. It's gonna happen that way. But like, what would you say would be like your ideal client and that you would deal with? Like, how would that look as far as that transaction going?
Like my ideal client, man, I just wish somebody would just go to the website, just be happy. And just pay. They don't even talk
like
to you, you know.
no call, no
Yeah.
negotiations.
I mean, that would be my ideal. You know,
Yeah.
no headaches, but realistically, you know, everyone has questions.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have to explain everything to them,
Mhm.
go step by step. You know, so I wouldn't say there's really an ideal client.
Yeah.
You just gotta find a client that you know has patience
Yeah.
and willing to listen.
Have you had to deny any clients?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, with the cards for sure.
Yeah. What led you to not working with certain people?
It's just them being shady with me. Cause I'm really upfront with you.
Yeah.
You know, I explain everything to you. I explain to you my rules. I'm pretty simple
Yeah.
upfront. But you know, just I need a driver's license.
Yeah.
You know, stop giving me your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, somebody else that don't even look like you.
Yeah. You already told me your name was Louis. You sent me an ID of a girl named Vanessa. Like,
It's
what's
like- It's
red
like,
flags.
You know.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do outside, I'm not there.
Mhm.
You know, I'll switch cars. But
Yeah.
like you in my face and then you lying to me.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's already gonna be bad.
Yeah, I don't even want to do it at that point.
Yeah. So, would you say for any entrepreneur that it might be sometimes better to deny people and not take that money versus taking the risk? Because I know, you know, with us being self-employed, like you said, at the end of the day, with the jet skis specifically, we're not making no money right now. We're just trying to pay that bill down.
Right.
So, would you say that it might be better for the comfortability and, you know, you as a person and as a business owner to deny someone or take that risk and just hope it works out so you get
So
that
I'm
money?
gonna be honest with you. At first, I took some risks.
Yeah.
You know, and then it took that one little mistake. You know, thank God it wasn't big.
Yeah.
But it took one little mistake where I'm like, yo,
I ain't doing this no
I'm
more.
not sliding no more.
Yeah.
You know, like that's it.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely say like, you just have to vet every single person.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to keep up with like what your rules are. Try not to bend for nobody.
Yeah. So 2 more questions, and then I'm gonna let you get out of here. So the first one is gonna be more so it's like kind of like a story, but could you tell either me, if anybody who might be watching, if you are watching, you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, give my boy a follow, check out the website. And we appreciate it. It helps us more than you can even believe just by subscribing and help push the platform. But what would be like your worst experience that you had to deal with today? Because I'm thinking about mine, and I know it was just like, it's like, how did this even happen? Like, what would you say is like your worst experience, and how you were able to overcome that and still keep pushing forward?
So I got 2 worst experiences.
Okay.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
You one. So it's 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
It's
always the holidays.
Yeah, it's always
the holidays.
It's 4th of July weekend. All my cars are rented, and then it was probably my cheapest rental. I didn't even get to, usually people bump up their price a little bit for the holidays.
Yeah.
But this car was already booked way in advance.
Yeah.
They came, they picked it up, gave me driver's license, smooth. And they're supposed to return it July 5th.
Okay. So you had it for a day?
It was for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they picked it up July 1st, and they're supposed to bring it back by the 5th.
Yeah.
And I got a rental at 12 o'clock on the 5th. They're
Like
not
AM or PM?
At PM.
Okay.
So they afternoon. So they're not answering, they're supposed to bring it up at 8 a.m. They're not answering. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They're ignoring my phone calls.
Yeah.
I call with a different phone. She answers, and she's like, oh, I'm at the airport. And then she hangs up on me. So, yo, where's my car?
Yeah.
So thank God, I got the tracker. I'm looking where it's at.
Yeah. Is it at the airport?
No, my car. They left my car at their Disney hotel. So I'm like, damn, mind you, I'm still working my 9 to 5.
Yeah. Oh, so you at work at the time?
Yeah, I'm at work at the time.
Oh,
so
man.
we just got back from the holidays. I'm back at work. This is kind of like my big first scare.
Yeah.
And then it's like 1 o'clock. I already spoken to my renter. I'm at my 12 o'clock right now. I'm explaining everything what happened.
So is this directly through your platform, or is this like Turo?
Through Turtle.
Okay.
So I'm explaining everything, what's going on. Just letting her know I'm dealing with something at the moment with the car, but as soon as I get it, I even told her if she wants to cancel,
That's
it's fine
fine,
with me. You can contact Turtle,
Luckily, on our end as the host, we clear on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, if it's the previous person, but people, you cancel them trips, boy, that hurts you. I had to learn that the hard way.
It hurt.
So time going by, what ended up happening with the car?
Okay, so I'm at work. I can't leave work, so I had to call a buddy of mine who has a flatbed.
Okay.
So he went out there. Yeah, I got somebody there.
Yeah.
So he went out there, picked it up, got it for me, and then drove back.
Yeah.
Dropped it off at my house for me, cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I appreciate friends.
Oh,
clean it up for me and everything.
You gotta have friends in the right places,
And
man.
I told the renter, hey, thank you for. I apologize. Thank you. And she picked it up around 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Did you give her any money back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's the easiest way to solve a problem. It's just give you some money back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there plenty, especially for Airbnb. I had so much stuff going on.
Man, when I tell you that car, they trashed it, they smoked in it.
Yeah.
It was filled with sand. They went to the beach. I'm like, oh man, this is a renter from hell.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So, all in all, this is the second question. All in all, with everything that you got going on, everything you've done and been experienced and exposed to, if you had to give advice to somebody, no matter what industry they get into, but they want to be self-employed, they're teetering. Do I need to leave my job, or do I stay at my job? What would you tell somebody to help them navigate entrepreneurship at a higher level? You're starting out.
All right, if you're starting out, I'll tell you, do not quit your job. A lot of people, they want to jump in. They're like, okay, if I do Turo, I'll be making this much every month.
Yeah.
Do not think about that. Like a good business, you won't make money in it until a good 2 to 3 years.
Did you hear that? 2 to 3 years. I've said it before. Nobody want to listen to me, but literally, that's a statistical fact. You can look it up. Most entrepreneurs do not make money until 2 to 3 years. Also, most startup companies go out of business before 2 years.
Exactly.
It makes sense. It's hard to keep doing something while you're losing money. So.
Exactly. So I tell people, keep your 9 to 5, and then work on your side hustles from 7 to midnight or whatever time you have to do. So right now for me, if I wasn't here, I'll be posting everywhere, doing ads doing something just to get my name out there.
Trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you
was
for
a
coming,
pleasure.
talking to my people. Listen, make sure y'all follow this man. Even if you're not booking, even if you just want to learn something, my guy posts all the time. He's always dropping little gems. You know, he's a people's person. You know, if you got a question, shoot him a DM. Like I say, this is my first time meeting him. This is the first time we actually got to sit down. So I'm glad it was able to be organic. It was able to be documented. I'm sure we're gonna probably end up doing something together. You know, as time goes, we're going to look back at this. You know, 2-3 years later, and like, damn, that's where it started at. So that's fine. But yeah, all in all, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again for joining us for Building Business with Brindley. We'll see you in the next one.
Send this to my friends that I do the podcast.
Yeah.
They're not gonna believe me.
It's gonna be cool because especially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it up